Afternoon, welcome back. Just over here with Brendan. He's pretty well finished filling in the drains over here, and yeah, filling in the old channels. So just having a look at that, and we've just set him up to do a regrade on some of these irrigation bays. We are battling for dirt. It has set with the sort of summer rain. It's settled down pretty hard, and don't know, the first bay we did it was all over the place a little bit, so we've jumped over to the next one, and I've just I set the laser up on the grade that it's telling us on the farm plan, and yeah, on the second bay it's working a lot better. So what I'm going to do, we'll bring the scarifier over behind the little tractor and scratch up the ground, or just give it a run light over just to loosen the ground up a bit, so we've got a bit more dirt to play with and fill the holes in. So I've just got the tower on the beacon on the tower there, and the ute hooked up to it. So we're just doing I don't know how wide these bays are. They'd be 60 metres probably wide. So we're just doing a zigzag across them to start with. He's not going real quick, around sort of 7 kilometres an hour. So just got carrying enough dirt in the bucket to essentially fill the holes in. But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna give him a work, and then we'll have a bit more dirt to play with then. So what we do is we generally zigzag the bays first, and then we'll then just do a straight up and back. So hopefully they should come up all right. What I'm doing, I'm just going to catch up with Peter and Miranda. Just have a bit of a look over the corn and just get a bit of an idea of where it's up to, and what stage we're with the watering and that sort of thing. See what it'll be Pete's first time on camera, so we won't go too hard on him for starters. So we'll see how we go.
Fairly well dented. We're getting it laying down the starch, and we've just got to determine when that last irrigation is going to be.
Yep.
So you've sort of got 5 stages of milk line development.
Yep. So at what point do
you're looking at roughly around 20 days.
Yep.
of milk line development. So
right.
And then your water use starts to taper off. So about that point, see, that's a more definite milk line.
Okay.
And then
I reckon till now, look, when Miranda and I looked the other day, we couldn't actually see that.
Yep. So you're probably looking at 20 days.
Yep.
All right. So
with the end of the month roughly.
Yep. So
another 3 watering, something like that.
Yep. Pull that around. I'm trying to get that back together. I'm going to go in there. There it is. Yeah, 48, 50.
So what do we want roughly?
Look, if we can get 650 plus kernels of cob.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
50. So 700 roughly there, aren't you?
Yep.
And then what do? You multiply that by your singulation, don't you? Your population. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. Look, I've never taken it that far. I've really only just looked at that cob size, I suppose. But yeah, and you're going to get a fairly large variation depending on plant population.
It's sort of funny because here there's not many doubles, is there?
No, there's not. No.
So whether we just haven't been walking in far enough?
Oh no, I'm walking from the other end. Last time, see like that?
Yeah. It just hasn't come to anything.
That there. It's just come to nothing. That one there. So yeah, I'm not sure. But we're certainly starting to get a lot of those lower leaves firing off JB, which is putting a lot of energy into the into the grain.
So yield estimate, what are you telling me? That's the $1 million question.
Yeah, that's a tough question. I hate putting money on yield. I can't do it. I won't do it. Yeah, it's too variable.
Yeah. It actually, with the drone over the top of it, it looks pretty good actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. It's obviously patchy where we walked in,
Yep.
but the rest of it's not too bad.
Yeah, good.
Pretty consistent. So we probably, I reckon, next time, whether after the strip till or before the strip till, multi-disc it, I reckon.
Yep.
Just to stop bringing it was pretty wet at the time, but it just stopped bringing those clods up.
Yep. Yep.
So these are your spider mite?
No,
They're just a conventional spider.
No, they're more down on these lower leaves, and to be honest with you, like in here.
Yeah, but you won't, like at this late stage, you wouldn't do anything with it.
We won't do anything with it. I suppose, yeah, it's just the way the season's been with the humidity. I don't think it stirred them up as much as what it would have if it was hot and dry.
Yeah.
So, they're still there, but it's, yeah, we're sort of reliant on the predators to do a fair bit of the heavy lifting.
Yeah. So is that a sclerotinia type?
I don't think so.
Does corn get sclerotinia?
No, it doesn't. I don't know. That looks to be just where there's a bit of a gathering of stuff on the inside.
Something camping on the inside.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, I think that's all that is. You're getting a gathering of like pollen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Flowers.
A bit mouldy.
And it's just gone, against the stem there, so that's nothing to worry about.
Yep.
Yeah. What's your irrigation cycle at the moment, John?
Oh, it's roughly 7.
7 days.
It might be, it's like we'll
We'll
probably go, if we can get this bloody parade going.
Go on around the 20th, roughly, if we finished on Saturday, or probably a bit earlier, Saturday 19th.
Yeah.
If it's hot.
Yeah, we'll probably do it again before, maybe Friday.
Yep. So yeah, you're probably looking at 2 irrigations.
Yep.
And that'll be it. So it'll be interesting to see that probe when you get it up.
Yeah. I've sent him a message, but he has not come back to me. I don't know why. Yeah, whether the battery's crook in it or don't know. It's been pretty good till now, but whether it's it's getting shaded with the corn maybe, I don't know.
Yep.
It's not charging. So the grubs are sort of packed up and gone, really, haven't they now?
Yeah, no, they're all over. So very similar.
Yeah. We can walk in up the other end.
I think we need to, because there probably is a little bit of variability in maturity. I've got a feeling this might be a touch later, perhaps. Which would mean the other end's a bit earlier, and that would mean that just need to have a look at that water timing.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go up that end. So see that? So there's 2 sides to the cob, obviously. That's the endosperm side, that's where you know. So when you break the cob open, you look at this side, see your milk line?
Yeah, see this is where I just can't see it.
Yeah, so get it in the light, you can sort of see the darker line starting to occur
you can
at the
on
tip.
The side,
yeah, so see that?
Yep.
So that's basically just laying down, starch for maturity. So it's heading from the outside in. So first you get the denting, and then you get that milk line starting to initiate.
Yep.
All right, and then it moves down.
Yeah,
all right,
right.
and that's basically sort of your R1 to R5 maturity. Okay, and you can see it does vary a little bit around the cob.
Yep.
Okay, but you can sort of start to clearly see that milk line.
Yeah, that's
and when you
easy to see.
when you bite into the kernel,
you'll
notice the difference in the texture. All right.
I wasn't going to bite it.
You probably don't want to
bite the end off your finger.
Hand on the hand.
I can feel that, yeah.
Yeah, but if you just put your teeth into it, you can feel how hard it's starting to get on the outside. All right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can sort of start to see that milk line, and that's, it's sort of the base of the cob is more mature.
So we're pretty similar.
Very similar, actually.
From side to side, yeah.
Yep. So, you know, you're looking at 20 days, top to bottom, or around that 20 days, depending on temperature. So you might be, you know, we need to see that probe to see what it's doing, but it's going to start to slow down in its water use. So we're looking at probably 1, maybe 2 irrigations at the most.
Yeah.
I reckon. Yeah, so gives you a bit of an idea. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So starting to get a few aphids.
Yeah.
See that? Which is fairly typical. You'll just get little blowouts like that.
Yep.
You know, you can see the mites are a bit higher here.
Yeah,
You can see that on the underside, on that mid-rib vein.
Yep.
Okay, so they're really starting to move. You know, yeah, it's a tricky decision at this time of year with those mites, just purely because they start to explode, especially when that weather gets hot and dry. They love that hot and dry.
So this point in time, but what's the, like, being late, what damage are they going to do?
It's about them taking away photosynthetic area
Yep.
through to the finish. So they'll continue to move up the plant. So the last time I looked 2 weeks ago, they weren't above those bottom, say, 2, maybe 3 leaves. Whereas now they're starting to climb up a bit more. They're sort of getting halfway up the plant.
Yep.
And they're starting to make some serious inroads here further up.
Yeah,
above the cob. So it's always a hard decision at this time of year with mites.
Yep.
Yeah. About what damage they're going to do, given you've got a maturing crop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because what are your laws banned to?
Yeah, Lawsban won't do much. Traditionally, your Mectin type products
Yep.
has what's been used, but they have fairly reasonable levels of resistance. So
Yeah, okay.
you sort of got to go to more your premium type mite products.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's some permits available for that scenario, but yeah. Yeah, I think the level of relativity from last time I checked to now is a bit surprising, how quickly they've moved, but you always get pockets of them in the crop, and this might be just a hot spot too.
Yeah.
Right. So we might go and have a bit more of a look. So you're really starting to see them getting on that mid-rib there. And if you take a couple of leaves out and have a look under a microscope, you'll see them all sitting there.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what you're looking at right there.
Yeah, because they were lower.
Oh, absolutely. And they were fairly quiet. They weren't moving, and they haven't moved.
Yeah.
And I think the weather conditions have changed, and all of a sudden
swarmed up,
they've
got going.
off.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's that warm, dusty part.
Yep, exactly. That sort of hot. But you know, yeah. Crop hasn't got long to go, so.
Because you'd be a 4-week withholding.
Good question. I don't know what the withholding is on the zeal.
You're going to be, well, I mean, you're 6-8 weeks off harvest anyway, probably, aren't you? It's time to get draw down, so.
Yep.
Here's one of the double cobs.
Yeah.
Which will just be there for decoration.
Yeah.
Won't actually come to anything.
Nothing there.
And talking to a few around the place, it just seems to be pretty common. So whether it's an environmental thing,
and that's it. It does change year to year. So I do prefer one dominant cob, so that energy's not going into the second one, which doesn't eventuate. But yeah, it's sometimes with a cooler start, the plant thinks it can set itself up with a lot higher yield potential, and then the reality factors kick in, like nutrition and moisture and temperature and things like that, and it cuts it back. So.
Yeah. What did you reckon of Tim's email? Miranda, he sort of sat on the fence a bit, didn't he?
Yeah,
He was.
really, I'll send it to you, Peter. He sort of sat on the fence. He sort of said, I think it was based on, no, it was basing it off the US, wasn't he? Or
Yeah.
somewhere, one of those really high yielding areas. And he stated that, yeah, they really haven't got any concrete evidence that the second cob does affect yield. But really, like, if you take all those things that you just said into account, it has to, essentially.
Yeah.
You'd think so, in my opinion. But yeah, he did, sat on the fence. Peter.
Yeah.
He didn't give me a clear, definitive answer at all.
Yeah.
Which, you know, makes it hard just to sort of come to a conclusion. But
Yeah. Even his variety for next year, he didn't really say
no,
this one. He said, "I'll look at the silage," and he said that's a good indicator on what the silage yields and that are like for grain. I'm like, thought as a rep you'd be all over that.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have a pick straight off the bat.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get a chance to look at that trial site
yeah.
of theirs on the 27th, and we'll go through it and just see what that looks like, and that'll probably answer a couple of questions.
I'll go down. I'm going to go down to that one at Katandra on the 22nd, I think it is. Yeah. So just 10 days to them.
Yeah. They are getting up there.
Yeah, they're high.
Yeah, I know. We'll do some homework, JB, as far as cost relative to risk reward.
Good as it's probably what a $40-50 hectare exercise plus application.
At least, yep.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, 40-50 plus application. Yep.
Yep.
At a guess. Yep. So yeah, I think we'll do some homework on that.
Yeah, cool.
Oh no, that's alright. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about the height. I think that this paddock certainly has done a lot vegetatively since we top dressed at PI. And it's still fairly slow to come out in head.
Yeah.
So this area here, or back up there, probably in the middle, was probably a bit thinner, a bit weaker. And this end here's always probably had a bit of strength.
Yeah, well this is the fill.
Is it?
The fill side, yeah.
So look, I don't think height's a concern. Yeah, I think that's
unless it falls over.
Yeah. Oh look, I think if this falls over, like there's probably not much you could do with it.
Nah.
Right, to be honest, but certainly the paddock has come a long way since PI as far as nitrogen goes. You know.
Hey, have you seen many armyworm yet, Miranda, or not?
Not yet. I dropped a load of Law's van out to the airstrip on Friday afternoon, so obviously about now.
Yep.
With the other agronomists that go through.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I've been religiously checking. I'll do another round this Wednesday.
Yep.
And just check, but I suspect after this probably warmer bout of weather,
they might fire up.
They're pretty hot, the fall armyworm up north by the sounds of it, and all the sorghum.
Yeah, I did see that.
They're hammering that by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So that sort of woke me up a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for
us. Because they're a bit tricky to handle too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the worst really, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yes, fall armyworm, absolutely. They love sorghum, they love corn. But they're a migratory pest in this environment here, so we're always got to watch them coming in, and they're not going to pupate in this environment. It's too cold. So
righto.
You know, and you know, they probably, you need about, I think, 5 or 6 evolutions or cycles for them to build up to be at a high enough level for us in the south here. But certainly Hillston, Griffith, they get
going.
They get going. Yeah, absolutely. We just need to watch the armyworm here. Common armyworm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those white cabbage moths flying around everywhere too, Peter. I know they're not drumming the rice, but if they're hanging around, I guess conditions are conducive. Hang on then.
No, probably still a touch early, I reckon. Still very green. There's a dead one.
Oh yeah, there's one here.
Sorry, did you get that? Here's a live one.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. So they're around. What's the threshold?
Look, if you're getting 6 to the square metre, for my mind, I don't know, what do you think, Miranda?
Yeah, I usually work on for my small diameter. If there's 8,
Yeah.
then I pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Matt used to go off 10, well 8 to 10, but he will just pull the trigger. But yeah, typically that 8 to 10.
Yep.
Bigger wingspan than me.
The difficult thing about them is that they'll remain in some of the greener areas of the paddock long after, and so their population can be a bit variable. So experience sort of tells us that if we don't act on that threshold wherever we're finding them, or it's a bit below that threshold, that there'll be pockets in your paddock that'll be above that threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're best just to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're finding it is an issue, generally speaking.
Yeah. It's funny, there are still heads coming out down low, isn't there?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting end of the week what it looks like with a
Bit of heat.
bit of heat. But
There's one.
We'll just duck down back there.
It's little.
Yeah, they are still small. Probably a situation of monitor, I think. Continue to monitor. Normally you see a bit of chewing start to come through some of the flag like this here.
no.
Alright, and part of that leaf missing, that's sort of normally what you can see, but it's, yeah. Crop's actually getting better as we get away from that end a bit more.
Yeah.
We might go and look on the other side. You know, I just get a bit concerned, but yeah, a little bit of variation, but probably a bit more advanced to where we last were.
Yeah.
We're just starting to get some milk getting laid down in some of those top grains on the head.
So what do you want? 60%?
60%.
For lock-up in your heads? I can't remember. It's been a while.
It's a good question. I might have to brush up on that. I think it's yeah, you're probably looking at around about 10 to 15% still milky dough for drainage. So working back from that, you know, you might be looking at 30-40% or maybe 50% milky dough lock up, and then let it drain away, depending on what you got on the paddock, of course.
Yeah, right.
So obviously for every 10 centimetres or 4 inches is a meg.
Yep.
That's probably going to last you a fortnight.
Yep.
Especially at the time of year we're going into. So yeah, it's just taking those into consideration. Risk of rain, things like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be using a lot of water at the moment. Okay. So
yep. So I think we've got 4 megs running.
It'll be
on it pretty constantly.
Perfect. Yeah. So just keep the water up, because it'll be using quite a bit.
Yep.
Through this stage. Yeah, so you know, we've still got stuff here that's sort of flowering. And whatnot, so.
But yeah, there is a bit of a difference here to over there, isn't there?
There is. Yep. So.
Armyworm here. I just did a count. There's 6
there?
in that spot.
6, yeah.
I'll go in that spot.
Yeah. So what they'll do traditionally is they'll graze on the leaf.
Yep.
And once that starts to dry off, they'll tend to move to the heads. You do get some accidental damage on the heads, I find.
Yep.
With them chewing a head or a branch on the head.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'd probably, even though you know, you're probably not at threshold given the crop stage.
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
a bit longer.
Yep.
But yeah, it's probably something that we'll end up treating for.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of water in here anyway.
Yeah, it's good. No, that's fine. Look, it's just, you know, we're after that. We're beyond the risk period now.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it was we did have like a couple of 12-degree nights. It was
yeah. It
a couple of, I know Sarah and I got up, must have been last Saturday, not Saturday just gone, Saturday a week ago. About up by 6 and went for a walk in the morning. You could have had a jumper on. Like it was, yeah.
Look, it's hard to know what type of damage you get from cold because it's really about the length of time it's cold.
Yeah, yeah.
What daytime temperature you get to then warm up that water again.
Well, it's a bit like a frost, you know, you can handle a frost, but if it's only half an hour, but if it's 5 hours below zero, well, it's
Different story.
different story.
Exactly. So it's always hard. Some years you think you're going to get cold damage and you don't, and then some years you don't think you'll get cold damage and you do.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What's your can over there? Oh.
We'll just hold off. We'll just keep going for a minute.
That still looks pretty strong, doesn't it?
What's that, sorry?
Oh, it looks strong.
Yeah, it does. It's actually, it's the density.
Yeah.
It's really thickened up since
Yeah.
PI. Like looking at it at PI, it was definitely underdone.
Yep.
So I think that's there's been a reasonable amount of background N that's come on
up.
as well as what we've put on to really push things forward. So, and I think that yeah.
Little again.
Couple of little ones. Yeah.
How quickly do they grow?
Yeah, good question. So, like most things, depending on temperature, but at this time of the year, you know, I would have expected a grub like that to be full size in 10 days, 14 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, it's sort of, while this is green, they'll graze.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting our timing right so we don't have a second lot.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's
so
the
yeah,
tricky part.
you
Just holding off and waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah, go too hard too early, you turn around doing it again.
Yep.
and then if you get them late, well, you
Yeah.
can't get them.
So it's a 3-week withholding, I think.
I think it might be 4.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
So we've just got to be mindful of that for harvest.
Yeah.
That we make a reasonable decision there in time so that we clean them up and don't put any pressure on
Yep.
Yeah.
harvest withholds.
Yeah.
Laws bands are preferred.
Yeah, it's still that for a minute.
Yep.
Let's
Yep.
see what happens, I think.
Yep.
I don't know if people use that Tyrannex or Tyrannex. I feel like that's a real last
Which one's
minute
that?
option.
Pyrenex? Or
Tyrannex.
Okay.
Because
Anyway.
Pyrenex Super, it's the laws ban something else.
So the
mix.
laws banned bifenthrin mix.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think that would be what you're talking about, but it's, yeah. Like the synthetic pyrethroids I've found haven't been as good on armyworm. I do like the laws ban.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, I don't know how long we're going to have laws ban.
Yeah. Yeah. days are numbered.
Yep.
Try cloth and
Oh, okay. So that's dip direct, is it?
Yeah, that'd be the
dip
same,
direct,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So,
that's, I think, I could be wrong, it might be on permit or something real last minute if
Yeah.
you have to go within 2 weeks harvest, but
Okay.
no one's ever had to.
yep.
I know. We'll just have a look next week and
I think so. Just to map that progression and also keep an eye on those armyworm.
yeah.
All the crops are fairly slow, so there's probably no rush to sort of lock up or do anything like that at this stage. It's just keep the water up to it because
Yeah.
we're using a lot.
Yep.
And take it from there. And then we need to follow up on the corn too and just tighten up that last irrigation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And check
Yeah.
those mites again.
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, look, we'll have to do some homework there
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, well, if we can get that probe up and running again,
Yes.
we'll make it to water it again towards the end of the week.
Yep.
And especially we're going to get a couple of hot ones.
Yep.
And you wouldn't know. Like got a thunderstorm tomorrow night, you could jag 20 mil and
It puts you back a day.
put you back a
or-
day.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Nah, cool.
Oh.
Happy days.
No worries.
Oh, what we got going here. So yeah, just haven't got the harrows on the back, so it's coming up pretty fluffy. So we've got plenty of dirt to shift around. Not that we're moving a lot of dirt. Brendan zigzagged that way, and then he's just going up and back now. So I think it's working all right. He hasn't come to me to say it's not. Just trying to. Tony was in this tractor last spraying. He had the boom on the front. I don't know what he's done, but you can see there, obviously the little tractor, and then you've got the boom out the front. So I'm actually, the AB line's on an offset, and I've stuffed around with it. Biggest downfall with this tractor, or with both these Fendt tractors, is the bloody screens aren't that easy to operate. So yeah, I can't. I've fooled around with it. I was starting to give me a headache, and I was starting to get the shits with it. So I've just left it alone. But yeah, little things at times can be very annoying. Anyway, nearly got the first bay done. There's only four bays, so 5 including the one Brendan's doing now. So yeah, which I won't do. But yeah, 3 to go. So it's about up past 4 now. So we don't need to break any records tonight. It's got bloody hot. Yeah, I had to take the boom off on the tank off the back of this, and yeah, put the hydraulic ram back on the scarifier, pump some tyres up and find some points, and yeah, I was sweating like a gypsy with the mortgage by the time I finished. So yeah, it's not too bad here under the air conditioner, but yeah, definitely warmed up. But I think it'd be high 30s today. But yeah, tractors are. Yeah, it's probably up a bar on what it normally would be, bar maybe 2. So anyway, yeah, we'll get this done, and it's going to make a pretty good job of it. But a bit concerned with soil structure here, but anyway, we'll just it's something we just need to keep addressing. It's when they originally lasered it, a lot of the topsoil's been, don't know where the topsoil's gone now. So we're yeah, just keep trying to build the organic matter when we can, once we sort of get it into shape. Back at home's knock off time. Yeah, anyway, we'll more lasering and yeah, try and get that block knocked into shape in the next few days. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Ta-da.